Hello everyone, my name is Mayorov Nikita, I'm an international grandmaster, and in this video I will show you how to play against Fianchetto Variation, how to play Pirc Defense with black, and what to do if white uh, choose Fianchetto Variation. Okay, e4, d6, d4, knight to f6, knight to c3, g6, and here g3. So this system it is called Fianchetto Variation. White's idea is to develop bishop on g2 and uh, knight to e2. So this is a White's idea, and then short castle. Okay, bishop to g7, bishop to g2, short castle, knight g2 e2. So now White's plan is to play short castle, bishop to e3, a3, and then f4. And this is the idea behind of this um, move, knight g to e2. And how to play with black against this setup. Uh, Black has two plans. First is to play e5, and then it depends on, and then knight c6. And then first plan is to play to take on d4, and the second plan is to keep pressure in the center of the board and to play c6, b5, something like this. But okay, but in this video, uh, I, I recommend you another plan is to play c5. Okay, but c5 immediately is not a good idea because of d takes c5, d takes c5, and queen to d8, rook to d8, and d5, knight to e8, and d4. And this in game is very unpleasant position. And usually in Pirc's defense, it is not a good idea to take on c5 with pawn d6. So it is better uh, to keep the pawn on d6 square. For this reason, if black wants to play c5, mm, they have to take on c5 with knight. For this reason, black has two options here. First is knight to a6, and the second option is knight b to d7. But okay, knight e6, it was played by Vladimir Kramnik, but in this video I recommend you to play knight b to d7. Okay, the same with the idea, no, of course, not to play 5, but to play c5, and after d takes c5 to take on with knight on c5. So in short castle, castle, and here very important. Uh, no, here it's not very important moment. Yeah, here c5 is strong, is a normal move. There is nothing wrong with c5. But okay, but very important moment, h3 move. So in case of this move, so black has to play rook to b8. And okay, logical question here: why not to play c5 immediately? But c5 immediately is not a good idea because of bishop to e3. Threatening to play d takes c5, For example, b8, d takes e5, knight takes e5, and e5. And there is no d takes e5 because of bishop takes e5. And here, the only move for black is to take here, but after bishop d4, black has a black has a big problem with this bishop on c8. It's how to develop this bishop. It's so this is a big problem for black in this position. So black is in trouble. Okay, and rook to b8 is very important move here. You have to remember this move. And now after bishop to e3, okay, rook to b8, short castle, and now c5, and in case of bishop to e3, there is b6. And now after e5, there is no rook on e8, and e5 is a mistake. Okay, and this position is very, very flexible. And for example, I like, for example, a4, yes, I like this setup for black. Black has two uh, two plans here. First is to take on d4 immediately, and the second just uh, to follow the waiting strategy after e6, and then to take on d4 in the right moment. Okay, for example, queen to d2, bishop to d7, and here knight to d5, for example. Take, and after e5, black has the only move is take. Yes, knight to f6 is the knight to f6. The pawn is hanging. So, and in case of the normal move bishop to e3, knight to d5, e takes d5, and after e5, for example, c4, knight to c5, rook to a3, f5. Black has a big positional advantage because of the very good pawn structure. The bishop on g2 is passive, the knight is very strong on c5, and okay, and yes, but and okay, and the second option is to take on d4 immediately. There is nothing wrong with this option. And after bishop to d4, play bishop to b7 here. This is also playable continuation. And okay, and so yes, and for example, knight to d4 is very, very logical continuation. And but in this setup, this is a inaccuracy after bishop to b7, f4, a6, g4, also very thematic move in this type of position. In this type of positions, but after knight to c4, white has a problem what to do with this pawn. The pawn is hanging, and it's not easy for white to protect this pawn. The only move is to play e5, but after d takes, f takes, uh, knight to f4, and black has a clear positional advantage because the king is very weak and the pawn is isolated. So there are a lot of weaknesses in white's camp. Okay, I think that for this it's enough. And okay, I strongly recommend you to play this setup with c5 against Fianchetto system. Yeah, knight b to d7, then c5, then rook b8, b6, bishop to b7, and black is fine.